All right. So, swapping out a hat on a CtsV fuel module, or just busting the thing open if you need some help as you do drop-ins or whatever. There's multiple reasons to need to be inside this stock module. So you'll see mine's not going to be how yours comes out. We're going to assume you know how to cut a hatch, drop your tank, one of the two, and remove your module. My favorite method is a screwdriver, long, big flathead, and a hammer to pop that lock ring. If you have a brand new seal, which I do recommend at least once in your ownership, it's going to be a bear. You're probably going to need to lubricate underneath the face of that lock ring to get installed with a new seal. But anyway, we're going to assume your hands-on with the car has been successful. You got the module out. And you'll notice mine's not going to look exactly the same. I'm not going to go to the effort of rebuilding and dealing with eclipse for no reason. But you'll have a couple shafts, some springs, and your hat will be sitting here, squished down here, yada yada. So this is what you're going to be dealing with. When you get it out, you're going to want to pull the bottom eclipse that are down here, so that you can at that point you can go ahead and cut this hose if you want to, just to be able to pull the hat off. So if you pull those eclipse and you cut this hose, you can go ahead and get your hat out of the way. We're not going to need that hose, no big deal. Okay. Now if you're not doing that, you're just doing drop-ins, we'll leave that attached obviously. If you're upgrading for the elbow, cut that hose, old hat aside for now. Now we've got just the module to work with, so let's focus on putting the hose on the module, the new hose. With the hat out of the way, what that entails is popping loose. This is your jet pump assembly that's feeding from the driver's side of the saddle tank. You break any of this, you're replacing this module. So don't. But it looks fragile. It's more robust than you'd think. The first few times doing this is a little nerve-wracking, but you're gonna pop this clip, slide this connector back, pop out here, and you're gonna get that long screwdriver again. I'm not locked in, so I'm just gonna use a pick in place of that. But long screwdriver on this edge. Try to distribute the load such that you're not going to break that edge, and just pop that assembly up out of its housing. Now we can pull the pumps. There's 3 tabs. So, pump module. You will have remnants of the factory hose here that you need to cut, and then you're going to see you got this nice big barb. You take this PTFE hose that I gave you, and you're going to, with the clamp still in place, work it up that nipple there until it's flush. It's very important you get good and flush with this face, with both the hose and the clamp. You do not want that clamp coming down behind the second barb too closely. It will shear through the material, the Teflon hose. You want to make sure it's good and well butted up so that you get a nice even seal around that first barb. So squish that all the way down. I recommend you can use wire cutters to squeeze these Edgar clamps. They're hardened. You're not going to cut through it unless you're trying to. So I use wire cutters that are perpendicular to the handle, end snips. I'm not sure what they're called, but I just grab that thing and squeeze it down. You want it to look like what I do for you on the top. So we'll slide that all the way down, good and flush. Squeeze it down, clock it so that you can get to it with some tools. Squeeze it down good. All right, going back in. Figure out where we need to be. This is it right here. Way there. Okay. this stuff and get everything hooked in. You want to push this very hard until it pops in. You're going to feel it pop in there. And then pop your hose back in here like so. So now we want to worry about module wiring. I have one of the factory connectors still in place here. The way these look on the factory hat is you have tan and black, like so, one for each pump. We're not going to worry so much with colors, but in my 09 I have blue, black, black, pink. Black and pink are on the black. I needed the pins for something. They're not there anymore, but that's where they were. So what we want to do, and let's go ahead and stick to, where'd that go? It's no good. There we go. So, hat out of the way. Let's talk connector manipulation here. So, first step is going to be to remove your blue locking component on any of these connectors that you're going to work on. All the ones I sell you come with these. All but the factory one on your harness connecting to the outside of the module is going to have one. So just going to remove these, an ear on each side, up, so that the pins can now come out the back. So we'll look right at the end here, and you can see that there's a little gap. First off, there's this open end, and then there's a little split between there where the pin is. You'll see there's a little tab in there. You're going to depress that tab down, and this pin's going to slide right out. So let me show you. Depress, pin is out. Okay, it's that simple. 3 more times of that with the tan connector and then the black. Well, let's see. I made the first one look easy. This does require a little bit of patience, guys, even if you've done it before. If you don't have Delphi tools, a little bit of patience, but see, it's not that bad. Okay, 2 out. So let's talk letters. This is relevant to your new wiring. Okay, we have on the connector, you'll see it comes in your bag. First off, you'll remove, this won't be here. You'll see A, B, C, D. This is what we're worried about, okay? On the factory connector, on the back side here, you're going to see A, B. And you're going to see A, B, okay? So that's how we're going to speak in terms of, you need to make sure pin from black A and black B goes to associated letter on the connector I give you. Alright, so in terms of that, we have black A goes to the new connector in position A. Black connector position B goes to new connector C. Tan A goes to new B. Tan B goes to new D. Okay, this is the pinout you're going to need so that the pumps get the proper supply. Again, black A to new A, black B to new C, tan A to new B, tan B to new D. Okay, so as simple as that is, let's see. So we're right on here. These were tan. So this is blue is tan A for me, and it's going to go to B. So I'll come over here to B. And it may be a little tricky to figure out which way these go in, but just reference the way they came out, and that's going to tell you click, clicked in. 3 more times into this connector. Take your lock. At that point, slide it in, click. It's going to keep those pins in there. It's the equivalent of this. You're going to hook that to the mating component on the hat. There's a green coaxial lock that's going to go slide under there so it can't be depressed. Slide that sucker in there, click it, and things all locked out. At that point, with the hose tightened to the nipple on the bulkhead fitting of my hat. So let's take a second to talk about this hat. So this is what I call a level 2. It has the factory wiring plus extra connector, which we still need to touch on. So factory connector for your factory wiring, elbow with a stainless fitting for your factory line, additional bulkhead pickup for an external aux pump setup. So this feeds from a hydramat. I'll have to put together another video. I don't have an assembly ready to show you of that, but stuff on my page, I'll put a link in here in the comments. So last